Good morning, friends. Let us dive into another case law that is in the syllabus of Advocate Norcod. This case is Vishakha versus State of Rajasthan, that is of 1997. Friend, this case is landmark Supreme Court judgment that addressed the issue of sexual harassment in the workplace. The case emerged after a female social worker named A was gang raped in Rajasthan, and the case was highlighted due to the absence of specific laws to protect women from sexual harassment at the workplace. Friends, the facts of the case are Vishakha and other women workers filed a petition before the Supreme Court alleging that the state had failed to protect women from sexual harassment at the workplace. The petition highlighted that despite several instances of sexual violence, there was no law or comprehensive policy addressing sexual harassment in professional settings. So legal issues were framed. The primary legal issue was the lack of specific law to address sexual harassment at the workplace and question whether existing constitutional provisions could provide adequate protection to women from such offenses. The Honorable Court, recognizing the need for a clear framework to prevent sexual harassment at the workplace, issued guidelines and norms to address the issue. First one was it defined the definition of sexual harassment. The court defined sexual harassment as including unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favor, verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature, or any other conduct that creates a hostile or intimidating environment. Second was employer responsibility. The court emphasized that employers must create an environment free of sexual harassment and establish mechanism for prevention and redressal. Third was internal complaints committee. The court mandated that all workplaces should have a complaints committee to address grievances related to sexual harassment. Then comes the confidentiality. The complaint procedure should be confidential to protect the identity and dignity of the complainant. Awareness. Employers were required to sensitize employees about sexual harassment, its consequences, and mechanisms for reporting. These guidelines lay down the groundwork for the sexual harassment of women at workplace, that is Prevention, Prohibition, and Redressal Act 2013, which formalized the legal framework for handling sexual harassment at the workplace. So, friends, this case is very significant. It was a turning point in Indian law, as it was the first judicial attempt to protect women from sexual harassment at the workplace. The judgment addressed a critical gap in the legal system, laying the foundation for later legislation. It also marked the beginning of the broader discussion about gender equality and need for workplace reform to ensure women's safety. So, nutshell conclusion is that Vishakha and state of Rajasthan case was a crucial in recognizing sexual harassment as a violation of women's right under Article 14, that is right to equality, and Article 21, right to life and personal liberty of the Indian Constitution. It underscored the need for legal measures and institutional mechanism to ensure a safe and dignified environment for women in the workplace. That's all. God bless you all. See you again.